Okay.
Can you
Now
hear me
I can
now?
hear you. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear
Okay,
you.
good.
Okay,
Okay, so I
goodness.
have to use the receiver little thingy at the top. Okay.
Yes. Hi, Mama, Icon, Sajuan. Thank you so much for willing to do this, first of
And
all.
cut my jazz music off. Okay.
Thank you for doing this with me. It's such an honor to be able to speak to you and actually be able to have this opportunity to interview you and for you to share a little bit of this one of a kind and unique knowledge that you have.
Thank you for allowing me to do this. Thank you for thinking of me. You know how I am. Y'all could have asked anybody. So thank you for looking at little old mama.
A pleasure, really. Like we said, so the initially we were gonna have a second guest, Nina Mermaids, but
Hmm.
due to her being so busy with her boss, she sadly won't be able to. And
Back to the
hopefully,
original plan.
I mean, it's true that was the original plan.
Hey,
I'm gonna quickly introduce you to the people who don't know you.
okay.
So this is the icon Sajuan Scott from New York in the USA.
Hmm.
Is a mother, an auntie, a sister, an icon, like I said previously, and a force to be reckoned with in her community. She is organizing on a regular basis Kiki lounges for the kids in her city. For actually not just the kids, also icons. Because I seen the clip with Sanaya coming to the Kiki Lounge.
Yes,
Everybody and their mama be coming over there.
the purpose of me doing those Kiki lounges was because when I came back out to the scene in 2022, and I'll say when I came back out, there wasn't any Kiki lounges going on. It was only just little mini functions here and there, or the kids was just waiting for whatever ball would pop up. And so the purpose of me doing that was to give them like a fun little something that's stress free, really, and that
Hmm.
somewhere where they could just gather and just have fun. That's one, and two, also to bridge the era between generations, because I also noticed at that time there was a lot of slight friction within the Kiki scene. The newer girls felt like the older girls wasn't being fair, they're being bitter, and oh, it's ain't the Kiki theme for the youth. It's time for the older girls to give it up. And then
It's
the
always
older
the
girls
same. Yeah.
then they reading, oh, these new kids disrespectful. They don't know the real history. It can't be no theme without the older girl. So I was like, well, what's something? What can I do to eliminate all of that? Like, so I'm like, oh, bitch,
Hmm.
start with Kiki Lounge. I'm like, yeah. I said my only thing is I don't want mine to have any age limit because most of the centers out here in New York City, they do operate on like a 16, a 14, age 14 to 24 type thing. So I was like, I want to throw my Kiki lounges, but I want it to be a space where everybody could come and mingle with each other. So that way these new girls could see not all the old girls is bitter and rude or jaded or be with them, hang out with them, or actually talk to them, and then maybe you'll understand. Oh, she
Hmm.
came from that era, like when they were. Okay, that's why she always staring at us like that on the piano. That's why she always tough on us when. And then for the older girls to speak to these new kids, so they could kind of remember. No shade. This was how I felt when I first came out. This was how defensive I was when I first came out. So yeah, let me chill on them for a little bit. And so that was really the purpose of the Kiki Lounges, and it blew up.
It really did. I mean, until today, I keep on seeing people from all over the world posting Say Juan challenge clips. I mean, you're an international Vogue teacher. That's not easy, and it's not given to everyone. And
Mhm.
every time you get a LSS,
You
somebody
so
making noise.
silly.
Somebody's making noise all over the place.
You're so silly. You see, I put my little button up for you. Yes, Belgium. I put on a button up for y'all.
Okay.
These girls in New York can't even get me in a jacket. I put on a button up for Belgium. See what I'm saying? I ain't wear a button up since a funeral. I don't wear these things. Too bangy for that, but I'm gonna get dressed up for that.
No, but yeah, like I said, your Kiki lounges have been making noise, whether it be on social media or on YouTube. Me, I discovered them through YouTube, I think. I don't remember what specifically, but I just remember seeing you doing your little slide and then getting into it. And I was like, wow, that is somebody who knows how to
It was
book
so
their house.
funny. And I just feel like, I don't know, I felt like when I came out in the Kiki scene, at least, and from them years of like 2009 to like 12, I don't know, the Kiki Lounges was just, that was what it was. Like, that was just what it was. That was where you got to see all the older girls. Like, bitch, you in there. No, I'm sitting in there. I'm like, oh my God, that's Boots from YouTube. Like, oh my God, that's Becky from YouTube. Like, no. And they sitting there looking at me like, Miss Thing, why your mouth open, bitch? Get up and vote. Like, and they just snatching me up. That's that feeling that I'm trying to bring back. That feeling where it's like, you just was excited. You was fiending to go to that Kiki night, like, because you didn't know who was gonna pop up. You ain't know what beats they was gonna play, what activities
Mhm.
they was gonna make you put. And that's another important thing. Actually coming up with activities. That's another reason why my Kiki Lounge is kind of was a little more popular than other center Kiki lounges because I wasn't just going to the Kiki lounge and just having them just vote and then at the end they just line up in the back, everybody get tens and everybody battle. And no, I literally was just having a meeting about the Kiki lounges yesterday because they want me to bring them back. But somewhere else, and I was showing him I have like 26 different Kiki Lounge activities that I used to go from Pass the D, Duck Duck Goose, Vogue Charades, Blindfolded Tens, Roller
Mhm,
Dice,
mhm, mhm,
Old Way, it's all kinds of stuff, giving them kids something to do when they go there. And also different activities that can help them tap into different parts of their creativity. I'll do an activity where we'll leave the phone on shuffle and whatever song comes up, you have to bow to it. Some of them got 18. We had Josephine get 10. That's a clip that went viral. Josephine, crazy ass, she got tens to DMX. Like little stuff like that. It builds your confidence. It helps you tap into different parts of your performance that you probably wasn't thinking of. And then
mhm.
also it just creates more of that free for all, no judgment zone. Like, bitch, how can anybody feel nervous or feel like somebody gonna judge them if we all doing the same thing? We all about to look crazy trying to come up with something to this song. And so yeah. But that's it about the Kiki Lounges. I'm done.
No, I love that because you mentioned the era of 2009 to 2012, and
That was like
if I
the
remember
best.
correctly, you joined the Kiki scene around 2008, 2009, right?
Yeah. Well, nine. I don't want to say eight because you know the girls they get on the bitch. Stop lying. And I came 2009.
2009.
Got what these
Okay.
girls over my head.
So how did the scene look like back in 2009? And I'm going to nuance my question. When I ask what I mean by how did it look like, I really want you to also dive into like the first impressions that you had getting into the scene.
It was well, I came to the scene because the school I went to, first of all, HMI, Harvey Milk Institute slash Hedwig Martin Institute. HMI, that was also not only just like an after school program, it was a regular high school. It was just the only and the first all LGBT high school in New York City. And it's also a credit recovery school. So I had to transfer to HMI as a credit recovery school so that way I could get my credits back so that way I could graduate on time. Didn't know it was an all gay high school until the guidance counselor told me. And so once I went there in 2009, what I distinctly remember my first impression was honestly because I didn't see Vogue and stuff till later. I thought it was like a school slash community center in a way because they used to throw parties. This Kiki scene don't do that anymore, and I hate that for these kids. But they used to have a lot of parties. That was how I got popular amongst the girls. I didn't come to the scene Vogue and before they would have like the little mini ball or something, they would do like a little 1 hour and 30-minute little party, like and which they have little hip hop
Okay, that sounds
contest,
very lit.
reggae contest. Yeah. So here go my gay ass in 2019. I'm Harlem shaking, and I used to always win a little hip hop contest, or they cut on the reggae music. Now I'm whining and shit, and I always used to win those. That's how the girls used to start seeing me and
Okay.
noticing me. So then through the parties, that's what made me start staying at HMI a little later to be able to go to. I went to a Kiki, and that's why I am high with Kiki Lounge. I went to a Kiki Lounge before I went to a ball. So the first thing I ever seen Vogue and that was a Kiki Lounge. I thought that we was in a gay church because I'm like, what's I'm thinking they
That's what
got the
everybody
Holy
was
Ghost and shit.
saying.
I'm
That's what
like, the
everybody
only
was saying.
people I see move like this is when you in
Yes.
church. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And now, will say, people like to lie. Everybody know I'm very honest. I'm gonna keep it very funky. What I will say is back then there was a little bit more boundaries. I'll say that. The girls were nice. There were some people who were nice. However, there was a lot more boundaries back then. If the girls ain't know you like that, and like you couldn't just walk up to a group of older girls. It's like, hi, I'm new, what's my name? Like, oh my God, I watch you on YouTube. They would have turned around. Who is this little kitten? Who is this little bit? Whose daughter is this? Get her from me. And so it was very that. However, I will say the scene was much more together and
Mhm.
family orientated back then. You know, I have this talk all the time because I tell people the reason why the Kiki scene or ballroom to me in general would never go back to those years of 2011 and 10 and 13 and all of. We wish it was like Escos and Vogue nights. How we it'll never happen because the world has changed. People have to remember back then we were still going through the whole. When I was a peer educator, we were still trying to get gay marriage in. Like, I don't think a lot of people take that
Oh, that's
into
true. I
account
remember
because
when the
we,
news
when
broke.
I was out after every board, niggas was still throwing frozen eggs and water bottles out the windows at us. Like, and we was fighting trades, and like, that's another thing that killed me. When the girls be like, we used to fight each other all the time. No, we didn't. We was getting gay bashed and bullied by the trades and the cunts because there wasn't no gay rights out there. There wasn't no hate crime, gay marriage, don't act. The only thing we had was that don't ask, don't tell policy if you wanted to join the army. And that was all niggas had. So we had to be more together. We was definitely when we was calling each other auntie and brothers and sisters, and we was calling people uncle, and we meant that shit.
Mhm.
Because outside of this motherfucking board, we don't know what it's about to give when we walking down to the pier. Girl, the train might just pop up out of nowhere. Look at the little girly boy. And then so the scene was totally different. It was much more family orientated and much more because the world was different back then. The world wasn't accepting of shit. Friends was unheard of. Let them tell it. Everybody was a drag queen, child, and it was that type of era. Like, and luckily enough, I'm not that old. The way I could say, like, I'm with the older girls. That was my whole time. I came out right in the time when that era was ending. But I still came out at the time when I was able to see and still experience that shit. Once like maybe 2012 came, that's when the world started getting more accepting. Now gay is becoming a thing. Now everybody, yes, Miss Honey, you better work it. Now it's girl. All we doing is drinking a bottle of water. Here they go, fuck it up. And now all of that stuff was coming in. The scene and stuff, the Kiki scene was a little bit more family. It was stronger than because we was all still just trying to look for acceptance.
Mhm.
Now that we're getting it, everybody not really as it is. Cause for what? Bitch, why do I have to be buddy buddy with you? Girl, all I need to do is post a clip on TikTok with you, and I'll get my own little gig. I'll get my own little, we in that era now where everybody don't feel like that. They don't really need each other because they don't. So that's something that was really, really different that I miss. Like that was the first impression I got was like, why is everybody so like they know each other? Like, I used to think
Mhm.
everybody was related, like because how much they was. Yeah. Now it's more clicky.
I know what you mean, and it kind of suddenly makes me jump into the first part of the title of this conversation, which is
Mhm.
destigmatize. Because Nina is organizing her HIV awareness Kiki Ball in a few hours,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the honor of collaborating. A research team consulted me to help them with figuring out how to facilitate medical access to different communities when it comes to HIV. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was able to participate, like I told you, to in like a European research. Uh,
Yeah, baby.
thank you.
Mhm.
And um, while I was on the team and making them understand the realities of a person that is HIV positive, not necessarily AIDS, because now with medication, it's very
Mhm.
difficult to to reach the stage of AIDS.
Right.
Um, they had a hard time understanding that a lot of the stigmatization is first coming from oneself, but the source of that stigmatization comes also from their close circle or close community. And when I started ballroom, at first I didn't really see it because, you know, me, I would just come to the functions and then back
Ooh.
to school.
Oh, this convo about man,
And
that changed too.
now, exactly, now
That
the
changed
more
too. Because
active I
back then, when
see
I was out,
it,
see, and that's another thing. Like I said, when the world changed, people have to realize we have to be careful what we ask for. We have to be very, very careful what we ask for because we wanted it. We wanted everybody to live for the gays. We wanted everybody to accept us. We wanted everybody to. Now, because the world accepts us, that done fucked up our community. All of the underground thing that we built. Going into that, when I say that because when I came out, because we were more trying to, which was the purpose of the Kiki scene. Let's slide into that. The purpose of the Kiki scene was to raise awareness towards HIV
mhm,
and AIDS prevention. The, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me. I'm gonna get the exact number correct. Bam. Do. In the early 2000s, the HIV infection rates were rising amongst the Black and Brown and Latino queer youth. So in 2001, MHRA began funding through the Ryan Right Care Act. However, many organizations couldn't reach the color of youth. That's when the Kiki scene came in. So the Kiki scene really got created not only just as a safe space for upcoming youth and to help us prepare for categories if we want to walk mainstream and stuff, but it was really mainly created because at that time in those early 2000s, the HIV rates were rising amongst
mhm,
specifically us. The Latinos, the African Americans, the brown, the people of color. You. So that's when they decided we need to figure out a way to be able to reach out to these kids. But how can we do that when? So that's when Tahiri, our pioneers, the Kikiscene pioneers, Tahiri, Luna, Aisha, Rest in Peace, the Arbor, that's when they all came together and said, well, bitch, let's create something where we focused on the education of HIV awareness and also
mhm,
STD and STI awareness and prevention as well, and also a bunch of extra things. So that was really like the main one of the main purposes of the Kiki scene, just for people to have somewhere to go to where they can learn more about it. Because at that time, I mean, yeah, at that time, because now it's everywhere, but at that time, there wasn't all these HIV and AIDS posters and ads telling people how you really can prevent it. People didn't know about all the bodily fluids that you could
mhm,
contract it through. And that's why I said a lot changed because when I was out, that was something that they would use against you as a because everybody, the world wasn't so educated on it like that. It was so looked at as it was so stigmatized, a stereotype to where people didn't want to educate themselves on it. Or they
mhm,
thought was, okay, you got HIV. Hey, girl, keep her away from me. That's why I don't like that word. Like when they used to, the girl was living in a kitty apartment or the little stuff like that is what they used to say back then to basically signify like if somebody had HIV or something or if somebody had, just because that was like their way of like
mhm,
dealing with it or responding with it because it's not that they didn't know, but they didn't want to try to know. So they would just rather make fun of it or give like that towards it. And so yeah, I will say that the stigma around HIV and AIDS, it definitely I say that is it changed only because people got more aware. in the real world. And I also do feel like that people don't realize a lot of it do come from our own community, especially when you're new and you don't know anything. So a lot of these kids do come into the scene with a little that stigma or that stereotype in their head where they feel like, but I don't really, I call it uneducated. That's just all it is. They just
Well,
don't
it
know.
really is. I
Like
mean,
now,
I
some
thought,
people are ignorant, and some people do be being, but some of them they really just don't be knowing. Like, because I
mhm,
remember when that was me when I was new, I didn't know nothing about HIV or AIDS like that because I came from. They're not talking about that in the straight public schools or like just regular schools. When I didn't find out none of that until I went to HMI, an LGBT school where they talked about it, and that's when I was like. Oh, so you can't get it from just kissing somebody or just hugging on them or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's what everybody else was saying. So like people have to it's not always ignorant. Sometimes it really is just the fact that some people don't know. But we do deal with it. It's gotten better. Like I said, it's gotten better because the world is more accepting now and there's a lot more programs, there's a lot more centers that conduct groups about it or and there's just a lot more awareness around it. Um but it's still an issue. Still something that's affecting the community. So yeah.
yes,
Sorry, Belgium. I told y'all I talk a lot.
no, but it's really very insightful.
My answers be going all over the place, but it all swoops down
No,
back to the
really, I'm
same
able to
thing.
follow. I'm really able to follow, and if the people have questions whatsoever, they'll be able to leave it in
Right.
the chat.
I like that. Yeah, just ask
Um,
the question and then I answer.
and it's really nice to get this insight because, like you said, you got into the Kiki at a time where like gay rights were starting to become a global
Hmm.
phenomenon, if I may say so. And it is true because me, I have like like a few memories of the laws being implemented.
If
Uh,
people only remember the times of how it was, then like that's why
I,
sometimes
I
like no
remember
funny
how
shit.
I was closeted, like
That's why I don't see, but that's why I was never like that. That's why people they be expecting me to be like the mixy, and I don't go out the clubs. I don't do because I came from that time where I was getting my little cut in my jeans with the bleach on my jeans. Look at the faggot, and so in my head, I still don't be trying to do too much to where it's like,
mhm.
bitch, they know I'm gay. And then a girl, I don't be outside in little booty shorts or crop tops or I got the shape for the shit. Like, I don't just because of the era that I come from, I won't even allow myself to even because I still have that in the back of my head, like, bitch, what if I get gay bashed? And it's like, girls, this thing, bitches drags it for everybody, but nah, I just nah, fuck that shit, nah.
I fully
Hell no.
understand. But like you said earlier, there is this huge gap that is, I would say, even a cliff, if I may give a vision of it, between the older generations.
Yes.
And it's true that from the work that I see that you do in New York City, it is able to it's creating a nice bridge between those two. Like the simple fact that
And let me not just say me. Let me be very respectful. Shout
mhm,
out to the icon and my uncle Snooky. No shade.
definitely
Because bitch,
Snooki
when
putting in the work
nobody
too.
cared
I'm
about the
not
Kikiscene,
yes, definitely.
no, and
Snooki,
when I say
yeah,
nobody, I
inspiring.
do mean nobody. People have to remember New York City is the Mecca. And so if our shit would have died, so really shout outs to Snooky, no shade, because when all the other
Definitely.
blueprints gave up, bitch, he was the only one throwing bulls and that was another reason that motivated me to want to because I'm like he can't be the only one doing everything like he got to commentate this mainstream bull he got real life shit going on and I'm like we all what did they deem us for us to just sit around and just post on Facebook old clips and how we used to back in the day. I'm like what are we doing like
I
ugh.
totally
That
understand.
was another thing that motivated me to but yeah Sorry, I just had to give Uncle a quick shout out because no shit, he
No,
was the only
definitely. Shout
person.
out to Snooki. Really, I'm a fan of
To me,
her.
in my head, me and Snooki are the only two people doing anything for these kids in New York City.
Okay.
Genuinely. Fine, I said I wasn't
We just
starting today.
taking
I
we
said I
taking
wasn't
notes.
starting
We
today.
taking notes.
But shout out to him for real, for real. Because had he not kept the Kiki scene alive, I wouldn't have been able to have no Kiki lounges. And who would have been coming to my lounges if there wouldn't have been no Kiki scene? So really, for real, shout out to Uncle Snoop for that.
No, definitely shout outs to her, to Uncle, because I remember when I uh, came up just with the thought of probably organizing a Kiki wall. I
Mhm.
took notes of a lot of the work that Snooki did, a lot of the work that you did, and some other some of the pioneers that you were talking about from the Kiki that created the Kiki scene too. And
Mhm.
it was very inspiring to see how y'all were able to get really the youth, black and brown youth together, and on top of that, also have like implement
Mhm.
seed of prevention in there. Because when I was doing the research, and besides that, also just the regular prevention too, because
Mhm.
I am a community provider and tester for HIV, but I also do other medical prevention in when it comes to like blood pressure and heart issues. And
Mhm.
I noticed here in Europe, and when I say Europe, it's really the central of Europe, so Belgium, France, uh,
Right. Mhm.
and stuff like that. It's not as easy to get the youth to come together, first of all, and it's not easy to make them sit down and uh,
Listen.
listen to your community and absorb the knowledge that is
This is
important.
why Mama Stern how she is. This is where that comes in. See, and I had to learn that going along the way. I be scared to do everything because you still don't know. You still don't
Mhm,
know if these kids is gonna show up or not. You still don't. So I still be scared to do everything. The thing is, I was having this talk about the Kiki Vessel yesterday. I was telling him, sometimes it's not about the space. It's not about the services you offering. It's not about the activities you coming up with. Sometimes it's
mhm,
about you. And I think a lot of people in the scene be overlooking that. Why would these kids want to come somewhere when they don't even trust the leader that's founding? When they don't even fully believe in the person that's hosting it, when they don't even think the person that's hosting, really, why would they want to come to that? So that's why I
mhm,
tell a lot of people one way to get these kids and stuff is to be there, is to make is to bring is to get yourself. That's something I had to do. I'm very just me and my kids, and I just and I see the girls when I see the girls, and I had to come outside. I had to start going live at these functions or going to different bulls and stuff like that, speaking to these kids and stuff, so that way they can get used to me and so that way they can feel like, well, who's this one? No, I want you to come around more. Like, and I had to do that and make
mhm,
my presence
mhm,
known. So then that way, when I did start stuff, they would feel like, okay, now, yeah, we only probably just seen him one time, but but bitch, we felt good when he came around. I'm like, it was something about his energy. Like, that's usually everything. I don't know. It was something about your energy. Like, and I'd be like, I know. And then they end up coming to my damn Kiki Lounge. And so that's, for me, that was how my stuff worked, honestly. Because I'm not like the other girls out here. I never went to mainstream. I don't have no mainstream clout or push behind me. I'm not in the Kiki house. I don't have no house kids or no leaders sharing my shit or posting my shit. They wasn't even doing it when I was in the house. So at this point, I was like, what can I do that's gonna make these kids notice me? I ain't on pose. I ain't on legendary. I ain't got no clips overseas in Paris or nothing. And how can these kids notice me? So I'm like, fuck that bitch. Do it. Be in person with it. You don't have to be out there for the girls to know that you're around. Like, so that's when I would start going live on that Kiki page. I would start randomly, not randomly, but I would help people, some, not everybody, but I would go to some house practices and help
mhm.
their kids a little bit with that. And people will be gagging because oh, legend, you really gonna come? Like, people, that legend and icon shit. really bothers me, like, because people really be thinking because you have that title, like you're inaccessible or something. Like, and I try to that is what I think made me like a little bit more successful than others because I try to eliminate that feeling like bitch, just because I'm an icon, just because I'm a legend, what does that mean? Like, with it, bring your ass to my Kiki Lounge, please, or let me get up on this phone and call you, or let me. And so when kids feel like that, like, oh, okay, bitch, we gonna go to that lounge because no shade, but she don't be feeling it. She don't act like the girls, and they know that that space that they about to enter is gonna have that same feeling. And so sometimes that's why y'all will hear me cursing these kids out and then damn clips on YouTube and y'all will hear me. But the reason why they don't say nothing and why they never feel no way is because they know it's out of love. And they know it's because I only genuinely care. So if I'm telling y'all, shut y'all little asses up, because somebody is in here and they about to talk to y'all about the services that y'all could get or something that's coming up to where y'all could utilize it, or that's what y'all are gonna do. Y'all are gonna say. Because if you don't, and they never have, we never get to that part. Because they don't, then I'm gonna get upset, and they don't want me to get the fuck upset. So no. But again, you can only get to that point when they know that you care. I feel like that's the best way. It's not about because you know some people they have different methods, they have different tactics. Some people they'll call popular people. I like to call it the YouTube people. You know, the people who the kids they be watching on YouTube. So they,
I love
oh
that
my
name.
God. Then they meet them and they gag and they ain't shit. Now they don't like them no more. And so sometimes they'll use those type of people for their name and like their impact and their influence to try to get the kids to come out. Sometimes they'll use money to try to get the kids to come out. You come to my lounge and say, no, you come to this girl, y'all gonna vote for these gift cards. And y'all gonna like, why do y'all have to do no? How can y'all make these kids just want to? How can y'all have these kids thinking about y'all shit when they in the house on a random Tuesday? Like, bitch, when the fuck the next lounge at? Or when the next? You have to create a energy. You have to create a feeling. You have to make them feel like, bitch, not only am I going to the lounge because I like the space, but the person who's throwing the lounge actually care about it. That's how you make these kids come in. That's how you make your shit last. So make yourselves available to these kids. Actually, and yes, it's gonna be annoying and aggravating and tiring. And girl, at
Yes,
the
it's
10,
long.
15 messages. Oh my God, mother, I'm so nervous about this boy. Oh, I don't know how this effect don't look. Oh, can you tell me the name of this? Can you help me with this effect? You think that I send you some clicks and you help me with this? And I don't know what the girls want from me. Now, y'all gonna have so many messages that y'all gonna be feeling like, well, what the fuck? Don't you have a parent? But why are you in the house then? Or why are you in the just click all that? Just keep being there for them kids because then they're gonna turn back around and they're gonna be there for you. That's when else happen. That's why anything I do, I know anything I do in New York City, these kids is gonna come and they're gonna because behind the scenes, in and from the behind the scenes, it's more than just me screaming behind the clips, hyping them up at the functions and stuff like that. These kids know they have somebody to talk to when they really need some advice or when they want the real on stuff that's going on, but they're not really getting it. You kind of got to slightly build a little personal relationship in order for it to be successful. But it pays off in the end. It really pays off in the end. Helps you because now you get this. Now at least you know, like, okay, bitch, at least I know they got a space. Like that was always my thing. I didn't even care that it was my lounges, and my whole thing was at least I know these kids got somewhere every Wednesday they could go to. They don't have to wait for the next ball. They don't have to wait. They don't have to travel to another fucking state just to go to their Kiki lounges. At least I know every Wednesday they got somewhere to go. And I know that they're not gonna play with each other up in this space because they know if I have to come down here and show my ass up in here because y'all making somebody feel uncomfortable. So I'm like, as long as I knew that they had that, I was totally, totally fine. Because it's a new era. We can't just, it ain't like my era that y'all can't just pull up 5 clips and we, oh my God, I want to vote with you. It's totally different, man. Totally different.
It's
These kids want
true, it's true, it's true.
conversations. Yeah, they want conversations.
Yes.
Totally different now.
I think it's not I appreciate the fact that you bring up and constantly keep on emphasizing how different it is. Not saying that change is bad or good. Who am I to
No,
judge?
it's not that change is bad or good. It's just very enlightening.
Exactly. It's
It's
very
very
enlightening.
enlightening.
it is very enlightening because being overwhelmed with social media nowadays, a lot of people don't necessarily put in the extra effort to look into history. They don't put in the extra effort to figure out why the Kiki scene was built.
Mhm.
Just me personally, one of the first motivations for organizing my Kiki ball was going back to school because I come from a very academic family. So
Mhm.
there was a big emphasis on knowledge is power because
And it
always
is.
ask the question whatever is being told to you by whomever. Keep in mind, my family was super, very religious, very,
I know.
evangelical, and my dad still implemented in us to question everything, even when it came
Right.
to religion. And that helped me, I would say, become the person that I am today because I keep on constantly questioning everything. I keep on constantly asking, sometimes the wrong questions, but most of the time the right questions.
Hmm.
And that
I don't
led
believe
me
in wrong
to understand.
questions. I may believe in the wrong timing of asking the question. There's no such
Okay,
thing as a
I
wrong
like that
question.
nuance.
There's no such thing as a wrong question. There's nothing wrong with wanting to know something. Now, maybe should have asked at a different time, bitch. I want to know. Like, there's nothing wrong
I'm
with
not
that.
gonna lie, I'm very curious. I am very, very curious. Especially like when it came to the Kiki scene, because once
Mhm.
I understood the origins of it, I was just in paradise. Because
So
I'm a
many people thought the
someone.
Kiki scene was just created to imitate mainstream, especially now because so much imitation of with this money and with all
Mhm.
these and so much of it imitates mainstream now to where people don't even think that no, the Kiki scene was created really for awareness about stuff. Fun fact, before most of the Kiki wars, you used to have to go to a group. Like that's how it used to be, especially HMI. If HMI was having a ball, they ball always started at 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock. They would close their doors at 5 o'clock. You had from 4, and they would say maybe doors open 3:30. You had from 3:30 to 5 o'clock to get from wherever the fuck you was at and make it to HMI. Why? I mean, no, yeah, why? Because then from 5 to 6 o'clock, they would have like maybe 5 or 6 different groups going on. If your ass wasn't in one of those rooms for them groups, you couldn't
Mhm.
go to the ball, let alone walk it. Bitch, you're not even in the venue. You can't come to the ball. Like, and now one group is sitting there, bitch, they got the big ass condom on the table and they teaching us how to put on the condom correctly. Now we reading the condom pack, we checking it for air bubbles and shit. And we like it's a whole process. When I say I'm scarred from the motherfucking groups, because I went through so many of them shits, and these kids go through none of them, like none of these shit. Or the next room, the groups was the Know Your Rights group, where if the cops pull you over or something, or if you get a at that time, that was when the stop and frisk shit was a thing where cops would randomly just stop you and search you out of nowhere. And they used to give us groups to let us know your rights. You have the right to say no. And you have the telling us things like that. There may have been another group that's about HIV and AIDS awareness and STI and STD awareness and prevention methods. What's different things you can do to prevent yourself from contracting this STD or this STI or HIV. And then what are steps you can take if you do contract STD or STI or HIV? Where's some places that you could go to? Who's some people you could talk to? What's some things that you will be doing? It's so they used to have a I'll never forget one HIV group I went to. I was so young. I'm gagging. I still remember this thing. One of the questions they asked us was like, if you was to contract HIV and stuff, what's the first thought that you would have in your head? Like that's the type of group we went to because they also dived into your mental health. Like, and like, how do you think mentally? If something was to happen, would you harm yourself? Bitch, would you go seek some help? Would you talk to somebody? Would you just hold it in and not say nothing to nobody? And but it was so many different things that we had to. Like, it wasn't no, they gave us an option. I mean, if you want to go to the group, you can, but if you just want to wait for the bull, no, there was none of that. No, bitch, either you in that room for the group or get out the room. They used to be like, go home. Security, she's going in the elevator, she's going home, she don't want to do the group. And that's why I'm like, so much change. Like, they so up with these kids now. Like, they was not playing with us, bitch. We couldn't do shit but be educated. We didn't want to vote no more because we sitting there like, damn, 25 million blacks got HIV. Like, bitch, we don't even want to vote no more, bitch. We
No, I take it
over it. Like,
serious. Like
yeah,
it was very
they used to
serious.
fuck our whole mood up. Like,
Like class was really in session right before the ball started. I like that very
yeah,
much.
they calling us out for LSS, bitch. We doing hands all sad and shit. Like, cause girl, like, they like chlamydia. Like, bitch, we over this thing. Like, but we was educated though. And we
Yeah.
knew, like, we knew some to 15, 16, bitch, we was learning stuff that, girl, some of them old bitches ain't learned till they got in their 30s. Or some people ain't learned until they experienced it.
Mhm.
That was another importance to the Kiki scene. People got to remember, before the Kiki scene got created, all they had was mainstream. They're not teaching nobody about no HIV and AIDS rights at no mainstream board. You wasn't going to no mainstream board, and y'all would see a bunch of tables lined up in the back with condom packs and sign your name up. That was the purpose of the Kiki scene. Really, education and awareness for y'all to get stuff that y'all know y'all wasn't getting at no mainstream board. You couldn't go to no mainstream board and they'd be like, if you sign up or if you go to the back and get tested, you get a $25 gift card or a Visa card. And bitch, they wasn't promoting people getting tested. And that was the difference between the Kiki scene. Like, fuck the Vogue and the category stuff. We was trying to, niggas really cared over here. Like, y'all could go and do all that, but first, bitch, I need you to understand how to put on the condom. I need you to understand what clinics you need to go to in case something that was what the Kiki scene was about. And if you so happen to want to vote and cut up on the side, we have some leaders in here that'll work with you on that too.
Mhm.
However, though, the main thing is your ass is gonna go in this group. You're about to become a peer educator. You're gonna be a stars of change. You're gonna. They was not playing with us back then, like that. That's why I think now it's so hard for people to even think of the origins of the Kiki scene or find because it's none of that anymore. There's none of
But
that
it is really
anymore.
hard to find because
Which is why I made that Kiki page. So people
no,
can
because
see. Like, don't be fooled, bitch. Don't think because it's given what it's given now. No, 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 no. That's why nobody plays with me, but my name is on something. That's why these kids have so much respect for me. And they hope that's what I mean when I say nobody. That's why these kids they hold me in such high regards and stuff because I still, even though it's not even available like that, I still be having them in that mindset. I would stop my Kiki line. I used to wait every one because my Kiki line was every week, every 3 weeks. Stop the beat. All right. I need 10 people. 10 of y'all. Lift your hand up. How many of y'all ain't get tested in here before? But y'all been coming to my shit voguing every motherfucking week all day. Lift your hand up if you didn't get tested. Now they sitting there like, now if y'all play with me, I said I'm gonna ask this one more time. Now hands is flying up and okay, staff, there y'all go. Go test them for no, 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 no. They're not voguing nothing until they go over there and get more people need to be like that. Stop talking about it and actually implement the shit. And if these kids really feeling it, and fuck if they really feeling it, they have no choice. I don't give them no option if they know there is no if. They know y'all don't get no option to pick and choose when you want to learn or when you want to hear about it. No, you're gonna hear about it. That's just how it is. You don't get out. You're focused. I'll see you next week. So that's why I don't nobody play with me like that. And that's
yeah,
why people they hold me in high
it is
regards
right there.
when it comes to like that part, the information part, because they know I'm only telling y'all this stuff because this is what made me so smart in the Kiki scene. And this is what made me care about it more than I did because I was sitting my ass in these groups. I was really a peer educator. I was really working at these centers to where I'm like, oh, it is more than just voting. Like, oh shit. Like, oh no, can y'all teach me how to make them condom kits, them safe sex kits, or a
Mhm.
hygiene kit? Can y'all teach me how to put the toothbrush in? No, because no, y'all right. Like these kids do need food pantries, clothing drives, homeless, shelter, like, housing issues, mixed up. It's so many different things that the Kiki scene focus on that mainstream does not. The Kiki scene is really built to really help. Yes, it's geared towards the youth, but adults can get help as well. You know. But what do I know? I don't know. No. What do I know? Yeah.
No, again, like before I continue, I wanted to quickly shout out the an organization over here in Belgium called For All Queens. Um, this I only know one of the members, Zelda Lanvin.
Mhm.
She, because here this the ballroom scene is a bit different. People from the major scene can dibble dabble in the kitchen scene. The dynamics are not the same as over there in the US, where it's like a really big like
Mm-hmm.
collaboration. And it's true for all queens, for Zelda, that I, together with a small group of other kids from ballroom, were able to get educated to become community providers and community testers, and that helped me to get enough in my bag um, to actually really continue to ask to answer
Mm-hmm.
all these questions that I was talking about earlier
And I
about
want y'all to remember too, everything don't start off. When I first started my lounges, it was only 10 kids coming. Mine.
Mhm,
Only my kids was coming to my shit. Like, and maybe the two other little random new girls. And it was like that for, oh girl, no shade. It was like that for 2. And after a while, I was getting over it. I'm like, all right, bitch, 2 months now, girl, 10 motherfuckers, we could do this on FaceTime. Like, and
mhm.
and I kid you not, y'all. That one day when I was like, you know what? I told my kids, I'm like, y'all pay it. I'm like, don't even come to the center thing today. I'm like, I'm over it. I'm not doing them no more. I'm gonna just go down there today to just let them know, like, thank you. But when I walked in there and there was 74 people sitting in there, and I was like, oh, and I just was like, consistency. That's why my thing, which was that's why I'm like, consistency. Bitch, stay dedicated. It be the moments. Right when you ready to give the fuck up, that's where female. And so keep it going. Y'all may not get the numbers right now, but that's another thing that helps is consistency. That's why people still asking about my lounges. Because I was doing them for so long the way people now they used to the shits now. And stay
Mhm.
consistent with it. And I promise y'all gonna have much more kids on board, especially because y'all know. That's the benefit. At least y'all fresh. Niggas already know our Steve. They know all about. They paying that. They paying that shit in full, child. But y'all know. Y'all still have time to create your own rules, your own regulations. Y'all still have time. Shit, maybe the kids might have a nice idea, something that'll probably have you like, oh, check y'all out. Y'all would have never thought like this a year ago, but look, because you people, all right, we could do that. And so still just hold out. Just keep it going. I don't give a fuck if it's only 7 of y'all. Shit, the Avengers had 7 people too. Fuck that. Oh well, it is what it is.
I like that reference. I like that reference. I like that reference very much.
The Avengers only had 7. If it's 4, bitch, the Fantastic Four is one of my favorite movies. I don't care. And if it's 3, Chomp still running. You see what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter how many people come. It's all about how bad you want whatever vision or purpose or you really want it. You'll keep fighting for it. You'll be surprised how the universe work with you and shit are just like that. But then the minute you want something for yourself, she'll take. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, pay.
I know, I'm always thinking of you. You're just like,
Gotta love the world, ain't it? We can help the gays, but can't help ourselves. This is some bullshit. Like this is the shit I'm talking about. Like this is crazy out here. No, but for real, you have to stay. You have to just keep yourself focused, keep doing everything you're doing, and add on to that. That's something that I'm actually working on now. I'm trying to figure out how I'm about to step up my Kiki lounges. How I'm about to, what can I add to my online classes to spice it up and make y'all suffer even more? But like you always have to start something and just keep adding on to it, keep building onto that, keep coming up with stuff. That's what helps you stay motivated. That's what helps you find that inspiration and that fire that, you know what, bitch, no shade, let me reach out to the nah, I'm about to make a post and just make a man's post, but I'm about to get me some kids. And because I was secretly, I used to just write people, oh, I'm having a little unlock your vote class. I'm having a little, you think you'll pop out for me? And they used to like, bitch, why won't you make a post? Like, oh, why are you whispering us and shit on Instagram? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I'm like, no shade. Yeah, nah. Mm-mm-mm. And then that's where it got me to here. So stay your ass consistent, building on the ideas that you keep coming up with, and you gonna gag at yourself. That's when you're gonna be looking back like, I did all that. Damn, and it's only been like 7 months. Like, look at how much stuff you did, and it's only been 1 fucking year, all that stuff that you did. Now imagine what you gonna do in 2025.
No, thank you so much for Sage. I really appreciate it because it is very hard to just launch yourself into doing something, and especially when
Mhm.
you said when you're just starting and like not the reaction is not as positive as you would expect it to be, especially when you look
Because
at
it's unknown.
different
It's unknown.
approach.
We have a thing as humans. When we don't, then we're not used to something. When we don't know it, we reject it, and that's all that is. They don't. They know you, but they don't know you, or
Mm,
they know you, but they don't know your work.
mhm,
So
mhm,
usually when people don't date, nah, I'm all right. Let's just. They'll come around eventually. It's a lot of legends and icons who they didn't want to come to my stuff because one half of them, they used to me just being a key and just being Benji Hunt this thing and just always giving stuff like, girl, you're teaching. Say what? They like sister stop. Like, bitch, you girl, no, you is not. Like, bitch, please. And you they'll come around eventually when you stay dedicated to what you're doing and people see that. And then sometimes I look at that as little tests that the universe be giving me. Like,
mhm,
okay, there's God trying to see if I'm gonna keep it up. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't give a fuck if these bitches is paying it or not. When I first started the lounges, I was new to these centers. I wasn't new to the kids, but I was new to the centers. And they're like, well, who are you? You a legend. You like a bitch. We ain't never here. Where the fuck you been at all this time? Like, and I'm like, I've been here, but like, I just had to make myself available. I wasn't ready to be available yet. And so you have to, it's hard and you don't, if you think now is something, the I always say, and I'm still learning this stuff. The higher it goes, like the more you accomplish, and it's like it's not even the worst. Because then what happens is it's like the little amount of stuff happen, but it'll just be that one thing that be like, what? No, nah, I'm done with this shit. Nah, because then you have to look at it as you going through that one little thing, but let's think about the other little shit that you went through before that you thought you probably was never gonna get over. And
It's true.
now you all the way here, and you like, damn. Like, look at those little steps that you took. Celebrate those little things. Like,
Mhm,
that's what kind of makes it not easier because it never gets easier, but it definitely makes it less troublesome and less worrisome and less stressful when you giving yourself grace as you move along, as opposed to you just moving along and okay, I did that. All right. That's the end of that. What else can I
mhm,
do? Now you're moving on to this. It's not working out, but now you're trying to work on something else at the same time, still trying to fix that. And nah, pump yourself up while you're going through those things. Don't sit there and think about the what's not happening and the what could you possibly be, what's going wrong, and congratulate yourself on how far that you came from nothing. Let's remember all this shit that we doing right now. These was all just thoughts and little dreams. Thought that some bitches that was out before us still are having that. They still ain't do nothing. Nothing.
mhm.
But here go all young asses out here making changes internationally. Like, and give yourself a little more grace and a little more credit with that. And I promise it'll clear your vision up just a little more. It's crazy. Didn't you have this talk with me? This the same shit you were saying to
I
me when I
know.
told you I wanted to start my Kiki lounges. Didn't you say
The
this to
talk that
me?
we had like right before my
I
Kiki
just thought
ball.
about that. Like you were saying that shit to me. Like,
A little bit, yeah, because I had just lost the venue, the original venue that I was supposed to do my Kiki at. They had canceled me like a week before, and I was like, oh my God, how am I going to tell all these kids that I ain't got
let me tell
nowhere
you
to
something.
do
When it
the
come to
Kiki?
Kiki lounges, now that's one thing. If that was a bull, I would understand that frustration. This is a Kiki lounge. You could do this shit in a fucking. We be having Kiki lounge in a park on a pyramid thing. Look, wherever we. Who got a speaker? That's what bitches need to know. Who got the
That's true.
speaker, bitch? That's what we need to know. Like, fuck all that. Ooh. And that's what makes a Kiki lounge. Because it's not like a bull. It's not like we have to have it in the venue. And a Kiki lounge, bitch, is a Kiki lounge. Bitch, we could move a bitch's living room, chairs, and couches together. The Kiki lounge could be in the living room. The Kiki lounge could be in somebody's garage, bitch. The Kiki lounge could be in the park. A Kiki lounge is exactly that. Key Lounge. I think people forget about the key part. It's a motherfucking key. As long as everybody in good spirits and everybody cutting up. But again, who got the speaker? Like that's the main important question in the Kiki Lounge. Who got the speaker? And it's lit. You record your lounges, please do. Take it from me. Trust me with this one. Yes, it's gonna be aggravating a little bit. Just that little video editing shit. The reason why I'm telling you this is
Annoying.
because
I'm still on it.
the reason why I'm telling you that though, and what makes it worth it for me when I be up and editing for 9 hours, what make it all worth it is when I go on YouTube and I see Icon Sajuan presented. Order. Cause see, nobody else gonna tell it. You will do stuff, and please remember that I said this. Don't look for nothing from nobody because you're not gonna get it. I'm just telling you this now. You're not gonna get the acknowledgement, the praises, the followers that you're gonna feel like you deserve. So you have to give it to them yourself. I also want you to focus on the fact that, like you said before, you're in a different space. So the scene is different out there. You know how to move out there. I can't really tell you, but so many things because I'm not out there. You know what it is when you're out there. You know how to move out there. Be very smart, but also I want you to, like I said, protect yourself. Give yourself a little bit of grace because what good are you going to be to these kids if you're, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So always take those little times and moments out for yourself because you need to be there for you so that you could be there for these kids and you can keep doing what you're doing. That's another thing that I'm learning myself. It's okay to give yourself a little grace and a little time so you can recenter and refocus your energy and stuff because it'd be a little hectic and it'd be a little too much. You will burn the fuck out and crash out. That's when I be spazzing in the Kiki Lounge clips. Like you will crash out. Don't end up like Mama
I've
Child. I be
learned that
wilding in
the
the
hard
Kiki
way.
Lounge
I've
clips.
learned that the hard way. Like I definitely need to give myself grace. Like that I learned
Because
from.
you be operating just like me. No sleep. You'll eat a little piece of toast or something. Go right back to the laptop. I be like, what the fuck? Man, all my kids is just like me in a weird way. You're the one. You have my same, not work ethic, but like that same. Once our mind is on something,
You
especially
stuck.
when it comes to work, that's it. Bitch, I'm
That
not
Taurus
doing
energy.
nothing until I
That's that
finish
Taurus.
what the fuck I'm.
No, because
You have that
you
same
the
thing
other
like
day I'm
me.
like, well, we twinning.
Calm your little ass down and being. But you have to do that because after a while, this shit is very, very time consuming. It's mind boggling. And especially when you're doing it by yourself.
That's true. That's also why the two main focus points of this conversation were like how to destigmatize and how to organize because uh it's easy to organize by yourself. That's
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. Because like
It is.
everything
You
you
don't
can
have to
do
deal with
everything.
other ideas or it really, really is.
Exactly.
It's just harder to get it out there
It's harder to get
when
it
you're
out
by
there and
yourself.
to implement it into the community and to really create a structure. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
I understood because when I work in a
Well,
lab,
as far as the creating a
I by
structure
myself.
part, that
Mhm.
don't really come until whenever you're trying to do something is happening. Now, I
Okay.
wasn't able to create a structure with my Kiki Lounges until they started showing up. Because
Mm,
how can I plan something? I used to try, like I used to say, what I said was going to be my Kiki Lounge thing. Yeah, I said I was going to do like stretching to a certain time. Like they was on stretch for like maybe 25 minutes or something like that. Then we'll do this activity for 40 minutes. Then the next activity, but then I realized the energy of the kids when they come in. Some of the kids is coming in straight spin dipping. I mean, through the door. Like I'm like, oh fuck the stretching.
I
So then I
love
had to
it.
switch that format to okay. So you know
Mhm.
what? How about we just start off like the pre-activities? That's what made me call it pre-activities. Well, I'm like, you know what? Just for a whole hour, you can stretch. Bitch, if y'all want to just cut up and battle, y'all can. Y'all want to just roll on the side, y'all can. Then after that hour, I'm done. Then we gonna get into whatever activities that I have going on. So sometimes you have to wait until it actually like start and you get and even with that, I still couldn't really plan out until I got like a steady amount of kids. Like when I knew for sure, okay, I know for sure at least 25 kids gonna come every week or every 2 weeks when I do these Kiki lounges. That's when you'll be able. You're gonna go crazy and start to trust me. You're going to go crazy trying to sit there and format some shit that ain't even format itself. Like you're gonna go fucking crazy. Don't do it to yourself. Just wait for this shit to start. It's always good to have one, just to have it. So when it do happen, you can have some kind of plan and fit it into that. And then from there, just move around. Because you might have a whole time schedule, but you might get more people than you thought you would. Now you sitting there like, oh, maybe I got to cut down 30 minutes off this, or lose 5 minutes off this to make time for this conversation, or to make time for this topic. And so you don't know what the future holds, how this shit gonna blow up. So yeah, don't worry about the format thing and how it's gonna go, because that's what keeps it more genuine. More when you go along with it. Sometimes you gotta go with the flow of whatever's happening in that moment sometimes. So just hold off on that format part. Think more so of what can you do. Like I said, you know them people. You know how people are. You know their personalities. You know what can you do that's gonna get them to be like, you know what? Bolingo shit. No, yeah, we waiting for him. We just gonna wait for him. We just gonna wait for Bo to do his shit and because how can you reach out to that people like a meet and greet something like what do you have to, because that's what it's seeming like y'all motherfuckers in other countries need. Y'all niggas need meet and greets and shit before y'all even start shit together.
Yes,
Shit.
this is very
See,
true.
New York different. We know each other. Niggas is living up the block and shit from each other. We see each other every day. Y'all niggas over there, no, y'all need bi-weekly meet and greets and shit because y'all are insane. Like do little community events. What's a fun community event other than a ball? Cook-offs, barbecues,
That's in
talk
the works. That's in
groups.
the works for
Yeah,
2025.
like talk groups or even little. We used to have little confidentiality groups, and see that's how confidential it is. I don't even like talking about no, but like some of the leaders they'll get together and they'll get some of the kids together, whatever's talked about, and it stays here. What's going on? What you been going through? What's wrong? Why you been posting that stuff? Man? You have to get kicked out of something. Have you been eating? What's wrong? That nigga playing with you in the house? Or what you have some of those. Make these kids. That's what I do, just individual. You know that. I'll just do that individually with y'all. What's going on? Who did it? I gotta come out there and make these people feel like you really reach out to them, especially where you at. Because y'all don't, y'all not from here, so y'all don't really have that many. Y'all don't got all the Leones and the Tavayas and the Stevons and the Devos. And y'all don't really got all of those people like that. So make yourself one of those leaders that at least these kids know, bitch, we got somebody that be reaching out and that give a fuck about us. And we got somebody who we know we can come to them. Don't be the one going to the kids. Be the one that make these kids come to you. Well, how can you make that possible? First, you got to go to them. Y'all wouldn't have been comfortable calling me mama, and I wouldn't have been y'all mother and stuff if I wouldn't have reached my ass out to y'all first and been on y'all ass to make sure y'all felt, oh no, this bitch is really great. This bitch is really like a mother. Yeah. Who you playing with? Why your little ass? Why I ain't hearing from you? You have to sometimes make these kids feel like that y'all care about them. Even if it's annoyance and sternness. Like, you so adorable.
But no, really, thank you, Mom. It's really nice
And you're
meeting you.
doing well. You're doing a lot. I do wish you calm your little ass down a little bit.
I'm coming down.
Go watch a movie. Damn. Like, go to the movies. What the fuck? Like, you don't even go to the movies. Like,
That's
damn. Like,
been a
nigga,
while.
nothing. You ain't seen shit that came out this year. Go to the damn movies and watch all this new shit that came out. Damn. Then go back to work. What the hell? But no, you really are doing good. Stay dedicated. I know it's hard. We have these talks all the time. I know it's hard, but stay dedicated. You have a bigger purpose than what you realize. Shit, you interviewing mine. And I don't think I've ever seen a Kikiscene interview in Belgium before. And so you should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you, Mom.
See? Listen, you ain't even realize you the first person from Belgium to interview a bitch from the Kikiscene, let alone a legend or an icon. but you ain't gonna clap for yourself. Like, you kill me. You just be doing shit and then just move on. Like, you be pissing me off. Like, you done did so much
It's
stuff.
like you said, a lot going on. It's a lot going on because what I'm done with this, I have a school meeting that I need to go to. So I'm just like my in my head.
Everywhere.
No, but really, thank you so much because hold on, I'm just gonna quickly ask them to turn the music off. All right, Ma, I am back.
Bags ain't.
So before we finish off this interview, I really again want to say thank you for your time.
This is the best.
Not just for the interview, but also for all the phone calls that we've had previously and that we will have in the
You're
future.
my child. That's different. Anyway, that's different. Totally.
No,
Please.
no, thank you for sharing
You know I like you.
your knowledge, sharing your dedication, your love, and your struggles too, because it's not easy to, like you said, to put yourself out there.
I think today's call was a nice summary of like, we dived into a little bit of like the Kikiscene origins, the
Mhm.
importance of the HIV/AIDS like era and how that affected the Kikiscene. Then we kind of slid into a little bit of like we just went everywhere with it. But I like this combo. I like
Everywhere,
this
but
combo.
we did everything too at the same time.
Yeah, like we did any questions that they had asked. We dived into some categories. We gave
Actually,
these kids some words of
almost every
motivation.
question.
They got nice words of encouragement throughout this con. That's for sure.
Mhm.
They got a lot of nice words of encouragement. But that was something that I wanted to make sure that I did with this interview. It's for people to understand it's not easy. Don't think because we icons and we legends that we not going through it too. I want these kids to understand that the greater you are, the more genuine you are, the more that you care, and the more better that you're getting, and the harder it gets. You think that the better person you becoming and the more shit you doing for the girls, and you think that would make the scene and the girls be a little nicer to you and love you a little. No, not like that. And that's the thing that they don't tell you. And they like to sit here and make it seem like everything is just easy and y'all could just do, oh yeah, but shit, now I want to throw a ball. Oh, now I want to open a house. Oh, now I want to be pretty. Oh, now I want to go over here. Now I want to do this. It ain't easy. It is not easy being in this motherfucker scene and being a boardroom in general, let alone you trying to become a leader or somebody of importance or somebody trying to make a change or something. And so I really wanted y'all to take away from this conversation that on top of that, bitch, y'all can do it. Just because something ain't easy don't mean, bitch, it's impossible. It's not easy, but that don't mean that it's unattainable. Y'all can do it. You just we got to try to stay the fuck out of jail while we doing it. But I'm here. I'm here. I got y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. I'll make sure y'all stay out. I got y'all. But no, I really, really did enjoy this conversation. This is actually the first interview I did where it gave that. And I think that's why I like this so much. Because most of the interviews, it's so, yes. So in 2005, the Kikiscene was first, and then the category, like, it's just so like bad. And
Yeah, I don't
this
really
is the
like doing those type of interviews.
girl, I'm so tired of those signs. I'm just blow my nigga.
I'm
That's when I do the top button. Like that's when the top button is on. I'm so
yeah.
tired of them damn interviews. Like, no, this one was very like, you know me, I like to be just as transparent and as real as possible. The same one they see it on here gonna be the same one they see whenever I come out there. And I just like for people to understand that I get it. Somebody gets it. I get it. Y'all not alone with those feelings. Y'all ain't the first person who feel like, oh my God, I'm doing so much and I share. And y'all damn sure ain't gonna be the last ones either. But what y'all can be is a little light or a little beacon of inspiration or motivation for the next person coming up. Oh, no shade. You know what? Nah, fuck that. Because Bolingo and look at all the shit he did in 2024. I don't got no excuse. Let me get to my shit. And so that's why I be tough on y'all asses like that. Because the same way y'all look at my persevering, and but mama, you kept on going. Somebody's gonna be watching y'all the same way. I know y'all don't like to think to believe that, because I was just like y'all, like, girl, nobody's fucking gonna be watching me, bitch. I'm saying one, I'm too gotta bye. Now look at me. Now I'm sitting here fucking gagging. It's gonna end up happening to y'all too. So That's why I want y'all to stay as motivated as possible, stay determined, and just always believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. From if you vogue and if you walk face, bitch, if you want to be behind the scenes, if you want to be a cameraman, I don't give a fuck if you the janitor. Always believe in yourself and give yourself that, because don't look for them. Don't look for no. I don't like y'all to look for it from people. Because when people can see that you're somebody who's seeking approval, and you look at, oh yeah, that's a new girl, yeah, she got that little face on, and that's when they play with you. That's when one boy they pick for you, then the next boy they don't. One boy they like you, then the next boy they don't. One minute they clapping for you, then they in the comments reading. One minute that's when they play with y'all like that. Now they got y'all feeling like, well, damn, do they like it? Do they hate it? Oh, now I need to change my vote because then when you somebody who you already know and you confident within yourself, they can't play with you like that. Now they have no choice but to move around and but to, oh, damn, girl, you just gotta allow her to do what she do. Yeah, so that's why I'm very big in y'all believing in yourselves and being confident in yourselves. Never seek approval from nobody, and never seek help from nobody, because you're not obligated to get it. Not everybody's nice enough or genuine enough for you to want it. This is a very fun motherly convo. I loved it. I had fun.
Thank you so much, Mama. I was just checking earlier on some of the questions that the people had sent in, and
Mm-hmm.
you basically answered almost everything. There's just one last question left,
Mm-hmm.
and that question is, what is your top three favorite Kiki Lounge categories?
What's my favorite Kiki Lounge categories?
Yeah,
Let me
top three.
see. What is the one that gets me up every time? Every time. No, honestly, it's the random music shuffle. I love that one because yeah. Because no, it's that one. Because that's the one I try to make them do every time. They be like, we did that already. I be like, but please. Because it's so fun to see. I don't know. I like to see shocked reactions, but like in a good way. Like, you know that. That's why I
Mhm.
edit my online classes. I like for people who be doubting themselves, then they gag like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, bitch, you fucked it up. Like, I like being that one. Like, and that does that. Like, that activity for sure guarantees that. Like, we just clicking whatever comes on the song, like, and now they gotta feel it, and they gotta. And so many people sometimes they'll doubt themselves. You know why that's also my favorite activity? Because so many people they doubt themselves in their performance, and then when they see, like, oh shit, I was able to vote to Ariana Grande song. Or like, bitch, I was able to cut up to a Justin Timberlake song. Like, I'll be like, now why the fuck you playing when the gay shit cut on? Like, and that activity really be motivating people to like, okay, no shade. If I could do that to a fucking random song that come on, and yeah, I can fuck the girl up at a ball. What's another one they came up with? The duck, 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 duck
That's a
goose. Like, these kids are insane. Like, I just be looking at them come up with this shit like duck,
great.
duck, goose. Really, these little fuckers is sitting in a circle like, duck, duck, duck. Goose, bing. Now whoever Goose they got saw battling, I'm like, yo, y'all insane. Like, but when I say that's lit,
That is very lit. No.
they be fucking up these activities. Like, so yeah, you gotta upfill it, but no shade. The what we call it, random music shuffle. Just cut your phone on and whatever come on, you gotta vote to it. No shade, and you gotta do it weird. Like, don't go to no like gay sound and shit. Like, you can't go to Azalea Banks or somebody. Like, no,
Yeah,
you
no.
gotta go to like fucking Evanescence. Like, really fucked them up. Like, what? Like, really fucked them up with that one. That
Yeah,
is bad.
that. Oh no, you just fucked up
I'm
everything.
telling you. I'm gonna make your ass do it when you have your key line. I'm telling you. I'll be like, son, just go to a random fucking playlist, like the shit that say indie hits or something, and just hit shuffle and just have them gagging in that room. They are going to be looking
Funny
at you
because I
like, what
literally
the
have a
fuck?
playlist to it. It's a playlist. So, oh no.
That was so funny. I actually like that question. That me flashback into the Kiki Lounge. Like, these kids is insane. Duck, duck, goo. Red light, green light. Like, they really be. I don't be coming up with that shit. It just happens then. I just write it down like red light, green light. Let me remember that game. Like, these kids is really great. Or the blindfold, for real, blindfold, really, because that challenges them. I like when people vote with a little blindfold. Man, you gotta learn your space, understand your body and shit.
Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. This was indeed
We are
amazing.
done. I
I
only flip my hat to promote my nephew Hood Butch Studios. Yeah. You sure y'all get y'all Butch Queen hats out here.
yes, 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 yes.
Hmm.
Which studio? Go get you. Go catch it. Go get fucking caps.
Switch this right back around. All right, now there you go. Auntie did a promo. See, I'm so nice like that. Y'all so for you, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all so fucking for you. Jeez. This is really fun. And I was
Mom,
all nervous. I'm always nervous before these
me too.
interviews.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't sleep that
And it
much.
was no, I was up. I got up at 6. I'm like, all right, it's time.
I swear, I saw you responding to my message. I was like, hold on, because I know it's super early over
And
there. So why
tells you
am I up?
it was a nice breeze through. See,
It was.
I
If I
told
was
you I
you when I
talk a
started
lot. I'm the
talking,
best person to interview when you're nervous. I talk a lot. Once you just ask a question, it's lit. I think these kids will also would take not only just like little encouragement from this interview, but also maybe they'll understand slightly. Because I ain't really get too much into it, but maybe this will make them kind of understand just people from back in the day a little more. Like when we were talking about, like I don't think they realized that we ain't have gay rights like that back then, and I think that part of the combo maybe that might help you to like, ooh, damn, I ain't even think about it like that. Like y'all are very fucking lucky right now. Like y'all are very
that's
fucking
very
lucky right
true. That's very true. That's why I really appreciate how you immediately jumped into that.
now. Yeah, the time and the average because that was important, especially when we was talking about HIV. And there's no way you could talk about that within ballroom without talking about the difference within the times and the
Mhm.
years because it wasn't known or really educated or talked about like that. That's why y'all see it everywhere now. That's why
Exactly.
all these people, if I see one more commercial about an HIV, if I see one more poster at a bus stop, bitch, y'all wasn't seeing nothing 10 years ago. So be thankful that you, because not being funny, that also helped the straight community too. Let's not forget back then, bitches was, all they heard was if a nigga was bisexual, oh, he gonna have AIDS, he gonna have HIV. Because bitch, the cunts was ignorant and uneducated, and they ain't. So let's be very motherfucking clear. Bitch, this helped not only our community, but they little dumb gullible asses either. Now y'all hoes can trust y'all sneaky baby fathers again.
I'm very honored to
You
have
are so
you
adorable.
and to actually you being my first ballroom interviewee, like the
That makes me
icon
happy.
plus
That really makes me
ever from
happy.
yours.
Stop.
I
Cluck
very much
yourself.
appreciate everything you did, Mama, today. Again, because I know how, like I said earlier, it's not easy to put oneself out there, especially when I guess the people don't really know why you do certain things and why you do certain things a certain way. And like you said, having like kind of explained the nuances and the historical context around it, I genuinely think that the people are gonna have a better um way
Understanding,
to
or at least the insight.
yeah,
At
I hope
least
that
it's
now
not a
that
better
it's
understanding,
bigger.
just a better insight. So they go, okay, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's why this gave that. Or that's why, okay, when we was watching this clips, it looked at like, you know,
Again, thank you so much, Mama. I will
thank you, my
definitely
baby.
update it
Right.
if I get an LSS.
Yeah, yeah, because now I'm waiting for the clips. I'm waiting now. What you do after you get off
Clips,
this
I'm definitely
phone?
walking. I'm definitely walking, so you're gonna get clips. But I don't know about my
I
LSS.
don't
We'll
even
see.
want you to tell me what you're walking. Don't even tell me what you're walking. Let it be a
Good.
surprise.
I'm gonna say it. I'm not
Don't
gonna
even
say
tell me. I'm gonna just wait for the clip. Go to your meeting and then after that get ready for the ball so that way I can see the clip.
it. Yes, and you
And thank
please
you,
go ahead.
Malu. I seen she been here like the whole
Yes,
time. No shade.
sis. That's my sis, Malu. Thank you for joining.
She rocked out with us. No
No,
shade
she's
from the
such a
early
amazing
mornings, bitch.
person. So supportive. She's so
Thank
supportive.
you
I
so
love
much.
her.
Yeah, other than that, I'll be writing you I'll write you about the classes and all the other stuff
Mhm.
outside of this and stuff. Um
I'll keep you
yeah.
updated on that too. I'll keep you updated on that
Yo,
because
we had to focus on this first. So now that we done did the interview, we got that worry off of your mind. Stop. Look, we be kidding too much. That's the problem.
It is
Now
a
that
very
we done went through
problem, 'cause that's why we be
this,
staying on the phone so long.
put my baby through all this stress. But now that they done finished putting my child through this stress, this is not. Mama's off here now. Am I finished?
Yes,
Mama is
yes.
off of here.
All the
I am
questions have been
on.
answered. The interview went amazing. I've recorded it, and if you want, I can send you some clips here.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you know what? I was doing my little recordings too, but you know I like to record everything. Only
you
difference is
actually
mine.
inspired me to record everything because I was like, you know what? Actually, for archive purposes, that is a
Virtual, yeah, you beat me to it. You beat me to my own game. I love for that. That's what I was saying. Make sure you record everything because again, too, if you don't record it, they're not gonna tell it. Then what happens is 3 years later, bitches pop out doing the same thing you did. But now because it's a
That's what all
new,
the elders be saying. Like, make people
then it's a whole new era.
respect.
So now they're gonna be, oh my God, this the first time. And you sitting there like,
I've had
record
that a lot.
everything.
I'm like,
I don't care if it's a 30-minute interview. I don't care if it's a 10-minute class. Record it. Record it. That's why I record everything so that way can't nobody take nothing that I worked hard for, none of my ideas, still no ideas that nobody who interviewed me brought up and nothing. Always record your stuff. If you don't tell your own history, please don't think these girls will. Now, if it ain't one thing you learned from Mama's story, I know you learned that one.
noted.
They do not tell your motherfucking history.
That is noted.
Okay. I am off of here now, little one.
Yes, I'm gonna go
Go
to
to your meeting.
in a few minutes. Thank you again, Mama. I'll keep you updated. Like I said, take care. And yes,
Happy
oh
holidays.
my God, yes, I'm definitely gonna call you
Very early
here.
Christmas
But
to all my babies in Belgium. I'm gonna be out there. We're gonna be doing mass say more challenges. I swear to God, we're gonna be cutting up. Accent on ghetto. We're gonna be having mad fun.
yes, no, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. I'm definitely gonna call you before the end of the year. To
Mm-hmm.
personally,
Oh yeah, you know you have to. When you send me them clips.
I gotta do my due
You
diligence. Like,
have
I
to.
do
You
my
got
due
a clips
diligence.
that you have to send me. So yeah.
Mwah, take care, Mama, and talk to you
Later,
soon.
everybody. Bye bye. Like you
Bye,
sign.
bye, Malu.